your final thoughts and overall solutions for men, as well as advice for men struggling and how to get rid of limited beliefs of female behavior.
So the limiting beliefs of female behavior is a big thing. And I get the point where a lot of men out there is basically start hating women because they're behaving badly. I mean, from a logical perspective, if you like a girl or a woman, let's say woman, and then you're doing a lot of things for her, but it's not linked to attraction. You mean you buying her, let's say this is one attractive woman at work, for example. You're buying her her favorite lunch every day. You're trying to drive her home safely every day. You're trying to ask her how she feels, how her day was, if she had a good night's sleep, and so on, all superficial. And then she doesn't give you anything back. She don't reciprocate at all. What kind of feeling do we have about her? Well, she's arrogant. She's actually quite rude. She doesn't give us anything back. And it's easy to go into the area of she is a bad person. And she's not the only one, because all the other women I did the same thing for, they didn't give anything back. So everyone is bad. And now we're going into the area of like men goes their own way, or the black pill community is like, I'm not good enough in general, and that make her bad because I'm a very kind person. But the truth is, the advice is for men today is to actually learn how to be good with women with communication skills.
Yeah.
I mean, if you find someone attractive, she triggers me maximally. I'm so attracted to her. And you go up to her. What happens? You're going to have a conversation. But do you really know how to talk with her? Do you really know how to?
Well,
how to
some
drive
guys, I think, what did you expect? Because I'm like, well, obviously, if she didn't do anything for you, she doesn't like you. Like, if you're doing all this stuff,
like
like,
that.
what did you think?
Yeah, but it is like that. So Jordan Peterson says something like, if 100 women reject you, and you are standing there, whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? Is it the women's fault? Or is it your fault? If we can start, it maybe sound a little bit destructive, but when we start thinking about that way, maybe we can go into the more intellectual area and trying to find out, why don't I actually attract women? And how can I do that? Oh, when you start thinking about that, now you're getting somewhere. Instead of, I am a perfect man, or my behavior is perfect, because if a woman buys me my favorite kebab, I like her, and she should like if I buying her favorite salad. But it doesn't work that way. So I think it's more about the men learning how to find out what are they lacking at, basically. And as we already spoke about, is communication skills. Every time you're going to go and try to make something happen with a woman, it will be an interaction in between. It will always be an interaction in between.
Yeah.
If we're going to talk about the vast majority of women, if you as a guy go up and ask women to sleep with you, yeah, it might be 1 in 1,000 that we say yes, but I'd not
Like
calculate
a hooker,
as
maybe.
yeah, that is like a huge, like someone who have like mental sex disorder. But except for that, if we're going to go with the rule itself, it doesn't want to work. So,
Right.
so I'm curious, what do you think, Pearl, about all this?
No, I think I've always said that men underestimate, I call it charming, but like
Mhm.
underestimate how important being charming is. So no, I think this is good stuff. I think I don't personally like coach men and pickup, so I can't really talk too much about how to, date and seduce women. That's not really my thing. But
You
I
should
think
get
as a
into it.
woman,
That would be fun.
I think you have to like do that to be qualified at it. But no, I think it makes sense. I think I was just talking with a woman the other day. Like she was on my show and we were talking about how much women value charming men. And it's like, well, pick a guy that has less money, is less attractive, but is more charming. Like we totally do that. So
Yeah.
So
And
instead of the word charming, could we use like you use that in place of something like personality or game, for example? Is that kind of what you mean?
I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Game personality. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I think it's an effect of someone you feel good with in an
Yeah.
interaction. It's just like that. It's not like he came up with you and said one liner that was charming, and now you find him charming. This one
No.
have been developed during conversation, during interaction, and you feel like, wow, this guy is charming. Many times it comes from he being curious about you. So, for
Yeah.
example, like now this was scripted, but if I would say that, you know what, the way you see Chicago in the summertime, not the baseball itself, but the energy of the people in that kind of game that you really like. You know what? I find that really cool about you. I find that really is sort of attractive. If I would say that, you will probably find me charming because it's directly linked to what you think and who you are.
Yeah, and it
And
shows you were
and
listening.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And now you feel charmed. I mean, it is like that. And if I also give you compliments based on context, so I give you a compliment like the way you see Chicago uh, on summertime, but specifically the right way of temperature, and you really emphasize on those baseball games. You really emphasize on them, but you know, not talking about baseball. You're talking about the people and the energy. I mean, it makes me warm. It makes me getting goosebumps. I really like people that I like you, for example. I like you seeing Chicago in this way and seeing those environment being so cool. And I think that's cool too. That's what I like. I like those energy places. That is how charm gets created. You see,
Yeah.
it's like we're getting into the reciprocity in attraction. It's like when I liking you, you start liking me back. It's like it become like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.